So today is 6-0 Appreciation Day. A lot runs through my mind, and I'm not going to sit here and explain all of it because I still don't know the answers, but basically I have decided I'm just going to clean up this truck a little bit because I don't know, that's how I feel. I wasn't going to touch it, I wasn't going to do a damn thing with the truck, I was going to leave it, but I like the truck and it's done me really good, made me money, it doesn't owe me anything, and I just want to give back to the truck. Got some windshield wipers for it because the ones on it are junk, so I'm putting brand new windshield wipers on a busted windshield. Throwing those on. Then I got a little bit of glue because, as you can see, that pillar piece of plastic keeps falling off because the plastic's broken, so I'm going to glue that back. I got a bunch of body filler because things like this on the truck. The roof, a different story. I might end up just cutting out the entire metal right here and just putting on like a new roof from another car, but all this crap I can't cut out, so I'm gonna sand it all down, fill it in with the bondo, sand over that, and then paint it so it looks nice. But yeah, we're gonna slowly start cleaning this thing up and actually try to make it look a little bit decent. Not gonna be a show truck, not going for anything crazy, but I just want it to look, you know, like it's cared about a little bit. Right now it does kind of look like it's neglected. Also forgot to mention the rockers are gone on this truck because I'm pretty sure they're factory rockers, but we got rockers right there. So at some point I'm gonna cut out what's left. There's nothing left. And I'm gonna put those over, tack them on, grind it down, paint them. The thing will have new rockers on it. And we can just slowly keep making the thing nicer. I'm also gonna repaint the back rack, sand it down, make it look nice, and actually paint the thing. It's gonna look like the truck's been cared about because it is cared about, so. And the floorboard on this side's going. Probably gonna try to do something about that at some point too, but that's not really urgent. Make them look nice and new. Boom. Got new wipers and their arms are painted black so it looks a little nicer instead of rust colored. So I'm gonna start on this side real quick. The other side I'm getting a new fender and a new passenger door because I'm not gonna actually sit there and do like the entire side of bondo. I'm just trying to do little spots. This side's honestly pretty clean. We don't count the bed right now, that's separate, but there's like no dents on the driver's side except that right there and that little kink in the door right there. So I'm gonna sand those down right now and then try to smooth those out and make those look new. The stuff didn't want to come off that easy, and I don't have any like liquid chemicals, so I just chose fire and all the paint fell off. So we're good. Just took my torch and yeah. So they're pretty much bare metal now. So I'm just gonna start mixing and start filling that in. So I did that little one, I did this. There's still like some holes in it as you can see, so I gotta go over it again so I can fill in the holes and then sand it down again. The side I haven't really sanded, I've just kind of started filling stuff in. Still got that's the biggest part that I have to do is this whole side right there. Other than that, that's just about ready to sand, and that's just about ready to sand. Got a little bit more in the middle right here so it actually sits out flush how it's supposed to, so it still doesn't look like a dent. And then I'm just getting a new door and a new fender. Possibly a new hood. I haven't figured that out yet. I might be able to just bend this back into place and make it look pretty because the whole rest of the hood's fine. So that's how far I am now. So obviously I still have to do actual real things with the cab corner itself, which is basically from here down. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm probably not bondoing the whole thing, but this was just a massive dent and there was no rust until about here. So fix the dent here, fix the dent there. So I'm gonna just primer this part up to here, and rockers and cab corners are just another story, but these two are out of the way and I'm working on that top one, but it's gonna look like it wasn't rolled in the end. Well, that looks pretty damn good to me. And then it'll be all painted after, and obviously we're fixing the bed still. I'm not finished the top on this passenger side, but I did do like the middle part of the B pillar and the bottom part, as you guys saw. I primed it, and then I was like, well, I'm already here, I'll just sand down the primer and paint it. So I threw a little paint over it. It's definitely not perfect. I mean, you can clearly tell that it was done. But again, I'm not going for show truck, just looking for something to make the whole truck look a little bit nicer. I've never done body filler before, so I mean, I'm happy with how it came out, but here's what it looks like. So you can definitely see, I should have sanded down more on the side, a few bubbles right there, and there's a little bit of a dent kind of right there. But other than that, that bottom one came out pretty decent. That was caved in, obviously, like to where the door is. And then this whole top one was caved into. So came out honestly pretty decent. I mean, I'm happy with that. If I can get the whole truck to look like that, I'll be happy. The door did have a crinkle in it. I didn't try to straighten out the crinkle, I just filled in the hole, and I actually messed it up sanding it after. So it looked nice without these little things in it, but that's my bad. I didn't care enough to fix that. And then this spot had two really deep holes in it. It's a little hole there now and little things on the top, but probably throw some paint on that too, so this whole side looks decent. And then I'm probably gonna do the rockers tomorrow, I'm thinking. So we're getting there, guys. Slowly she's turning pretty. Definitely not gonna be a show truck, but it's gonna be pretty. I'm gonna throw some aftermarket headlights in there too, just the tinted ones, and maybe some of those taillights I always put in these trucks too. And mirrors. I need freaking tow mirrors. Out of everything I've owned, I've never needed tow mirrors as much as I do with this truck, because I tow with this thing like 5 times a week. And it would have been pretty handy if I had them. So that's how much we got done so far. Well, I also started painting the driver's side just because the B pillar is completely done. So I got some black paint on the B pillar. Looks pretty friggin' good for rattle can. I'm liking it. I did mess up in a couple spots, but I'm not going to tell you guys where it is. And the way that I do it, like with the rattle can, the closer you get, you can see like the texture of the body behind it. Like, you know, from a foot away or something, it just looks kind of normal, and the further away you get, like, the nicer it looks. Especially as we go over here so you can see the reflection. But it is kind of a weird texture the way it comes out, but I actually kind of like it because it's like a different style black almost. But you guys can see the camera in it, so it looks pretty good to me for a rattle can. A lot better than the white than that. Side by side with the old door, you can tell how good it looks. The white doesn't really have much of a shine to it. Before I get to any more painting, throwing some front pads and rotors on this thing, because, well, there wasn't really much left of the pads, and I think the other rotors kind of warped and messed up on the other side, so I figured I'd just throw some nice new heavy-duty rotors on too, because it's been a little difficult towing lately with no brakes. So throwing on some front pads and rotors, and then I'm gonna get back to more bodywork stuff, probably more painting. I think I'm gonna do this fender and this door today, and I got some other stuff to do on it.